Greetings, allow me to introduce myself. I am John Dowland, a native Londoner, born in the year 1563. From an early age I was captivated with music, particularly the lute. I pursued my passion academically, earning not one, but 2 degrees from the prestigious institutions of Oxford and Cambridge, and composed songs for lute and voice. In 1597, I presented my compositions to the world in a publication titled The First Book of Songs and Airs. The lute was a popular stringed instrument that bears a striking similarity to today's guitar. My fingers danced on the strings, breathing life into every note, and my songwriting prowess was unmatched. However, my heart's ambition remained elusive, to play in the court of Queen Elizabeth I. Despite several applications, I was met with silence. Instead, I found myself in the service of King Christian IV of Denmark. Christian was a generous patron, filling my coffers with his wealth and granting me the freedom to occasionally return to England. My dexterity with the lute and my popular compositions propelled me to the zenith of fame. I became a name to be reckoned with, not just in England, but across the length and breadth of Europe. But as my popularity soared, so did the complications. Underhanded composers began to capitalize on my fame, signing off their compositions under my name. This has led to a conundrum for music historians, leaving them in a quandary as they attempt to discern the true ownership of my musical creations. One of the finest compositions from my repertoire is Flow My Tears, a touching melody that continues to resonate on Elizabethan-era Spotify playlists. It's hard to ignore that many of my melodies tend toward the melancholic spectrum. Some music enthusiasts have theorized that I was attempting to construct an artistic persona that masked my true identity. However, a glimpse into my personal correspondence reveals a layer of bitterness and frustrations that paints a more nuanced picture of me, revealing that my pessimism was not just an artistic choice, but a part of who I was. After the passing of Queen Elizabeth in 1603, I once again sought employment at the English court, this time under the reign of James I. My initial attempts were again met with rejection, leaving me on the sidelines until 1612. It was then that I was eventually granted a position as a court lutenist. Despite this initial slight, my legacy has proven enduring and monumental. Fast forward 4 centuries and my music is still being interpreted and performed by industry giants. Figures as prominent as the rock musician Sting, among others, continue to cover my compositions. This showcases an enduring relevance that's quite a feat for an artist who's been deceased since 1626. Wouldn't you agree?